Welcome to Mango Bay. Today we're talking about me ratioing Nikki Haley on X, formerly known as Twitter. India ratioing the fuck out of Maldives. We talk about Sheikh Hasina. We talk about Dave Chappelle. And we also have a special moment of reflection for our good friend Neel Nanda. So come on in.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay.
Mango Bay.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, your Mango Bay.
For the exclusive content, don't forget to join our Patreon at patreon.com/MangoBay.
Mango.
Bay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're rolling.
Welcome to Mango Bay.
Hello, one-stop shop for South Asian recklessness. Hello, guys. It's Vivek Ramaswamy. And it's...
Shut the fuck up, Nikki. Just shut the fuck up,
How about
Van
you
Jones.
eat your own pussy farts, you fucking bitch. Hello, it's one-stop shop for South Asian recklessness. We are two best boys, Usama, Siddiquee, and
Pranav, Behari.
the funniest guys on fucking earth.
That is true.
Hello. We bring
The best podcast on earth.
I think so. Y'all are getting it. Y'all are on the Patreons.
Oh
Y'all
yeah,
are
it's been
getting
cooking.
it.
It's been cooking. By
We're
the way,
in
guys, we
there.
do have another little Patreon purge coming up. A lot of our episodes are going to be going
Yes.
back into the archive. So remember, it's very cheap. It's $7 a month. That's like 20 cents a day to feed
get
two
the-
brown orphans.
Hello. I have no parents.
Not orphans, but you know, we're
We love
just
our
brown
parents.
and poor.
That episode we did a few weeks ago with Santos's guy
With Vish, yeah.
Vish. The episode we put on Patreon, the bonus content, is longer than the real episode
Oh yeah,
for
and
YouTube.
that is a very spicy one.
Hey,
That one
get in there.
alone.
Get in there. Get in there.
Washington D.C. Confidential, right there.
So good. So good. The least interesting movie that you just said. DC
I
Confidential.
mean, it's pretty sordid over
Ooh.
there. It's very sordid.
Come into a
there.
world of sixes.
Yeah, I mean that is for sure. But it's like fours who were banging like 10.
I mean, the LA Confidential poster was sexy. Had a hot little
I know.
blonde girl.
Kim
The
Basinger.
DC Confidential poster is like a portly matron.
No, it's
with-
like
in a
Rashida Tlaib, the fucking frumpy librarian.
naked though.
Yeah, and Mitch McConnell getting bent over by Mitch McConnell.
Yum. Welcome. We got a little jungly story, a little weird story.
Before
from
we
the-
do, I
what?
think we need to.
Oh, yes.
I want to do a special mention because we did not get to talk about this because this happened right before the new year. We do just want to give a special mention to our friend of the show, great comedian Neel Nanda.
He died.
He did. He passed away about a week before New Year's.
He was on the show once.
He was on the show.
Good guy.
Yeah, I think to watch that, you do have to go to the Patreon for that one. It was a great episode.
I'll
Told us all about his life, who he is. And, you know, I got a lot of DMs from people who were being like, actually, I found Mango Bay through Neel. And then other people were like, I found Neel through Mango Bay. And I was like, really a great guy, one of the hardest working comics that I knew.
Yeah.
It was a very tragic story. It fucked me up for a couple of days,
It's intense.
you know.
So much so. Actually, one quick thing. He was the OG clip guy.
Yeah,
That's
he
one
really
claim
was.
to fame he has. Before anybody was doing clips and everyone found each other off clips and everyone's getting famous and doing touring off clips, this guy was fucking putting him up every Tuesday
He
and
was
Thursday.
the OG clip master, dude.
So that's one claim to fame, a legacy, a thing that he's affected the comedy world in.
Yeah,
Because
truly.
no one, literally not even Tim Dillon was doing clips before Neel was doing clips.
I know.
So shouts, man, always was a good vibe. And he freaked out Pranav so much after the death that I took a flight to Australia. And when I landed, my guy emailed me.
I never email him.
I don't think he even knows how to use
I can't
email.
believe you're telling people this, but okay.
And he was like, hey man, wondering where you're at. Just wondering, haha, just wondering, LOL, where you're at, LOL or OFL.
I was a bit nervous, right? Because I was like, "Fuck!" And not that I think that would happen to you
danger.
specifically.
It was
but
very sweet.
I was shook though.
was very
I was
sweet.
very shook by what happened with Neel. We were talking to Gibran on the phone till like 3 a.m. that night, and it was not it was a very, very fucked up thing.
It was very intense,
It hit me real hard. Now, it's not like I was super tight with Neel at all, but
Yeah.
I knew him. We knew him. And, he'd been on the show, and he was kind of one of these guys who was like a fixture out there. And
Yeah.
then out of nowhere, boom.
Badoosh. Life is fragile. There's only this one small thin line between
People are
existence.
fragile, right? Like, we are. That's the thing. One thing I want to say about it is, we don't need to get into it too
I'll
much.
say one
about-
thing.
Yeah,
I'll say if you think something awesome about your friend, just say it.
that's true.
Don't be holding it in because he didn't say something cool about you that week. and he didn't give you the props. So you're gonna hold back your props. Just say the props.
That's very
Give
true.
your boys the props.
You really have to let the people who you love know that you love them.
Okay? The funniest guys I know.
Yeah.
Killing it in the game. Won the pink-haired lesbian vote, which I have never gotten.
Are you talking about me?
I'm just saying you win those rooms that I don't get.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do.
To me, I'm getting farther and farther. It's a Doppler effect from me. I'm losing the pink-haired lesbians with every utterance of phrase. But somehow this guy stays edgy, stays in the same place I'm doing, and they're all flocking to him like he's a Ouija board trying to communicate with Whitney Houston. Yeah.
Well, listen, it goes the same way, my friend. You're an inspiration to me. You've made me a better comedian. We don't need to do this pussy shit.
Literally, we're doing this for Neel.
Okay, that's true. I already tell you this off the pod. You're the best comedian I know. You're amazing. You're an inspiration. You make me better. You make my life better. Oh, yeah. Okay, just...
Yeah. Make it to fucking scale,
I don't know
bitch.
what I would do without you, okay?
Thanks.
Is that good? There it is. There it is. Splat. All over my Dahmer glasses.
It's all love here at Mango Bay. Really, it's more than anything. It's just love your people and just give them the due when they're due. Don't wait till after they're dead. Okay, that's for real.
That is for real.
Number of people.
Om Shanti to Neel.
Om Shanti. And then also, shit, I forgot this one. This is the main Muslim phrase.
Yeah. Well,
La ilaha illallah in Rajun or something. Okay. Sorry.
Well,
it means good luck.
You're ruining his prospects now for his next life, just so you know.
Sorry about that.
Anyway.
Whatever you are.
Moving on.
Anyway, dude. So speaking of people who are not cool.
Yeah.
So my boy Pranav is back on the X.
Oh.
He's back on the Twitters.
This is my jungly story.
He's in there.
I have a jungly story this week.
He's back in there. He's getting some hits.
So I'm on X now. I deleted my old Twitter account, like straight up deleted it. So I couldn't just recover. It didn't like reactivate. So I had to start from scratch with 0 followers. And I didn't follow comics or anything like that. I'm just coming in raw with it. And I think I was at about 75 followers. And Nikki Haley, who I despise, I think she's arguably easily the worst national politician running for office right now.
Horrific.
Terrible person. I ratioed Nikki Haley this past week.
He got him. It's a headshot, really.
It was a headshot. It was a very brutal ratio to the point where people were looking at the ratio, and this was sort of demeaning and degrading to me, but they were like, yo, how are you going to get ratio? How is a somebody running for president going to get ratioed by somebody with less than 100 followers? There were like 2 people were like, Nikki Haley got ratioed by somebody with less than 100 followers. I was like, I guess that's me.
I will say this, Twitter is the great equalizer in a lot of ways.
It is.
Where a guy could write gay and become famous. Just like, this is gay. And then here comes 1 billion votes. X is the power of the people.
Let me look up the actual numbers. I'll read the tweet. I'll read her tweet. I'll read my response.
It's pretty genius, actually. It's one of my favorite happenstances of 2024 so far.
The year is still young.
The year is still young.
The year is still young. And this is something I was just right before bed, right? I mean, to set the stage. I'm like almost about to fall asleep. I'm like, let me just scroll a little bit, see what's going on there. And I'm getting like a barrage. It's not. It's the worst idea ever to go on Twitter, on X, right before going to bed. I just see a barrage of Nikki Haley tweets, and I'm like, oh, this bitch, about to ruin my shant.
Yeah.
So here's her tweet. We have to deal with the cancer that is mental health. Like, what the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? And just in my rage, I didn't even think it through. I was like, you're terrible at metaphors. And then I quote, we need to deal with the broken foot that is diarrhea.
Bam.
I'm like, okay, whatever.
That's a nuclear sniper attack.
I get like 1 or 2 likes. I'm like, whatever. I go to bed. Bam. Then the next day, it's like, boom.
Bam, dude.
Nikki's tweet topped out at 3K. Mine topped out at 8K.
Bam. That's bam.
Okay.
And the word diarrhea was in it, which I always love.
Yes, exactly.
Which I always am for.
That's what I was proud of most.
Because when you vault diarrhea up, that's like you're doing the impossible.
I know. Well, I didn't gain a huge amount of followers. I doubled my followers, which is, but that means I have 150 followers?
Oh.
I mean, come on.
The next diarrhea tweet is just
but
Butthole
it's
away.
fine. I genuinely enjoy the experience of being on there now. It is like the town square kind of vibe, and it is fun just seeing shit. And you're up on the news, and you learn about the Jew tunnels and all that stuff really early. And
Yeah.
and
It is quick news, but I mean, I still I'd be wary too. It's like it's a rabbit
it is
hole.
toxic.
Rabbit hole of death.
It is absolutely toxic.
As is, I mean, yesterday I was on. I got into bed at 3:05 a.m. That's when my natural bedtime. Started looking at Instagram. It's 4:30 by the time I fell asleep.
yeah,
I'm like,
dude.
what did I just
yeah.
do? And all I did was I looked through girls' butts and I started doing this to their butts on my touchscreen. That's what I was doing the entire time. The worst life. I'm becoming just a fucking.
That's like
husk of
2 or 3
sexuality.
iPhone updates away, where you can actually finger the butt.
You can feel the butt fingering.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
But I was proud that my biggest pop was me ratioing a presidential candidate and
huge.
one who is actually a truly despicable human being. Totally corrupt. No, since then, I had some friends who were big on Twitter. They're like, no, just keep going after Nikki Haley. And I tried that and I don't like it because I'd be like, oh, what,
Yeah.
Nikki? What? Your diarrhea, whatever, you know? Just like really dumb.
Specifically diarrhea based.
It's very diarrhea based owns of Nikki Haley.
Well, here's the thing. It's like if you get people based on hate,
Yeah.
then that's who you'll be surrounded by.
I know.
So if you keep roasting and you get more and more fans, don't think you can go on stage and like, all right, time for a 1 hour set of just fun jokes.
I know.
You're gonna need to hate on this bitch.
Well,
until
you know,
she's
the
dead.
tweet is very funny. My
Yes.
reply was very funny, and that's good. The thing that I'm finding with X, and everybody go follow me on X at Pranav, is that I get a lot of love on like a lot of replies.
Yes.
Like I'll reply to even serious stuff. I'll put a serious thought and I'll get like, 800 likes on a thing. People bookmark it. I'm like, this is interesting, but I want to figure out how to build up my own following.
Again, it's your two modes, man. You have either, it's diarrhea is 60%.
Cha.
And then 40% is like a push professor trying to teach you about like the Middle East and like 40 characters or less.
You know,
The
stuff like that.
iron grip
Yeah.
of the blah, 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 delay.
I just need to get followers who have like a ton of followers, and then they'll start hopefully retweeting my shit out.
the more I see,
Like Vish Bora has been great.
Sure,
like
Vish
he'll
is the
see
man.
political funny things that I'll post, and then he'll repost them. And I'm like,
I saw
this
him a
is
couple of
great.
days ago. A great guy.
Oh,
my
you did?
guy. Not Vish Bora, fucking Vishal.
Oh, okay.
Who's also one of your big
Oh,
fans
right,
on social media.
Ganeshan, shouts of Vishal. Would love
But
him.
it's like I think it's the more I read about like famous physicists and figures, and Stephen Hawking was in the Epstein's Island getting did it all.
Yeah.
The more I'm like, Pranav is about to find his fucking people of like wheelchair bound physicist rapist guys,
Trolls.
troll guys.
People who like to troll those people.
Yes. So it's gonna be fun. I'm excited to see the rise in Pranav's fan base. It's gonna be a very unique fan base, I think. It's
Thanks, man. I hope it is. I have a good feeling about it.
You know?
But it takes a long time.
You know, and I'm
got to get those big hits.
big hits, but also you actually don't even like the mainstream person. So it's like the need to be
That's true.
famous, and then the fame plus like adds at odds with your not vilification, but your aversion to mainstream.
Yeah.
So what's that gonna look like?
Well, I don't think
people
I
are
have an
like-
aversion to mainstream because I do like a lot of mainstream comedians. Like I love Chappelle, I love
Right.
Louis, Ricky Gervais, all men. No, I'm kidding.
But it's gonna be like a fan line of people who are like, hey, we love your stuff, and you're like, be gone.
I mean, that is a
Big on
general
slut.
issue that I do have as a personality. But I like people always reacting to my comedy. That's
we
why I
go.
do it, right? And I think my comedy is mainstream enough, is funny enough.
It's
so.
a weird combination. Of course it is. It's a weird combination of like the need for all, but the aversion to a lot. You
Yeah.
know, it's like you all should like me from a distance.
But you know what? I think there's a lot of great comics are like that.
Yes.
Right? Like, I mean, not that I'm Robin Williams, but Robin Williams was like that. He didn't like to be around a lot of people.
This is how Ted Bundy used to like justify. Alexander the Great killed people, and so do I. I get it. It's a fascinating thing. It's a fascinating thing. I'm a big fan. In fact, a couple of days ago, I was doing a show, and I had a lot of my fans come out. Thank you so much for coming out. It's wild to see people actually
love
at
it.
shows. But then also there was a fair amount of dumb brown dudes.
Yeah.
Who were like, their first impulse is to do the dumbest joke of all time.
Yeah.
They come in. I'm getting a lot of these groups of 4 Indian losers.
Okay.
Just like, They're still at Beta Chi Theta.
Yes,
or whatever
yes.
the fuck.
Indian frat mode.
Indian frat mode, and I am their leader.
Yeah.
And I'm their leader, and I'm angry at this, but if it's just that, it's going to be an issue. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, as you grow as a comic, that kind of
but they're smart
demographic
guys.
is
They're
going to
cool
grow.
guys, but they maybe like you for the wrong reasons. They find you for like one type of joke.
Now I'm going to be you here to the me that is in you right now, which is that, look, man, these people, they love you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why you got to just love them, and you got to be accepting and loving of that. You know what I mean? They're all good guys. They all like comedy.
It's true.
You know what I mean? They
It is
just
true.
like comedy. You made them laugh, so they're going to react that way, right?
It's true.
Like, you don't want fans who are just going to be like, I'm not going to talk to them. I'm just going to silently lurk on their social media or something, right?
He was wearing a shirt that said "No means yes," but but I'm sure he's a cool guy. And thanks for coming, man. No, they're great. There we go. I love all fans who spend money and
It's
come
the law
out.
of attraction, dude.
Dude, I was walking by the club the other day when I was nervous, right? I was pacing around the club because I was terrified no one was going to come. And then
This is where at Cobb's?
at Cobb's, right? And again, thank you so much for coming, all of you. But there's one white lady who's like a regular was walking by with their grandma, and she was like, "Oh, Usama, I have no idea who that is. Ew, sounds stupid." Big comics get people to come out, but I'm sure this will suck. And I just heard it walking by, and I was like, not in the right space to hear that at the time. So I freaking went crazy. I was just like, I know what's
Wait. So she said Usama.
She was walking with her mom past
Yeah.
Cobb's, and I was just happened to be walking past it as well.
Yeah.
She didn't know who I was. And she
Okay.
was like, "Sounds Siddiquee. Sounds stupid." And she just kept walking with her mom. The kind of cursory...
See, that's like one of my fans.
Yes,
right
yes.
there.
The cursory hate you give everything when you just walk by shit. You're like, this looks like a stupid restaurant.
Like it's fucking
Ew,
retarded.
this is lame as fuck. Walked by, and I just happened to hear it and was like,
What is this? Some kind of terrorist bathhouse?
I thought our government killed that guy.
He's doing comedy now?
And even the worst was my picture was right there too.
Yeah.
So she saw my face, saw my name, was like, "That's disgusting and stupid and lame."
How was the Cobb show?
It was great. It was actually blew my mind. Blew my mind. People came out from everywhere.
Would you say it was on the cob or off the cob?
It was fucking in the Cobb. It was in the Cobb. Joe, some references are too white. We'll be honest. Jesus Christ. Very much on the Cobb. Thank you so much for cobbing it up.
Off the Cobb. That sounds like a 70s hick comedian's special or something. You know what I mean? Like an old Jeff Foxworthy special. Off the Cobb.
Larry the Cobble guy.
Straight off the Cobb with Jeff Foxworthy.
Oh, yeah. It's like one of those like special names. Yeah. Straight off the Cobb.
His last special is called The Final Colonel.
Yeah. And this time, his corn is popped. Get ready. Final special. Anyway, so yeah, it was amazing. Packed it out. Thank you so much for coming out. Every fucking motherfucker that came out. It was beautiful. We had a bunch of Mango Bay fans, and there I told you about the two the lesbians who just fucking came out of nowhere. Was like pushing me around, assaulting me, saying we love Mango Bay.
That's how they flirt.
That's how they said. I think that's what I'm saying. Like I'm like whatever you need from me, I'll take. Yeah. It was amazing. Thank you guys so much.
If you get shoulder checked by a lesbian, she wants to fuck you.
I think
like a
so,
butch lesbian.
Yes, she was like a Pakistani butch.
Yeah, that's
Kinda
part
hot.
of their mating ritual. It's like a shoulder check and
hot.
like a
Yeah, I was like,
so-
what's up, dude?
yeah.
Yeah, what's up? I like you. You're kind of cute, brother. You're
Want
kind
to
of hot,
stomp
brother.
on your nuts with my combat boot.
You want to fuck, brother? That's them, I think. It was amazing. Thank you, all types of Indians and other races, bro. It was a bunch of anime and Naruto Asians were hanging out there too.
Oh, nice.
It was all a bunch of people, man.
Good time was had by all.
Fucking, it was great.
And Vishal Ganeshan pulled up too.
Our guy,
Yeah,
our
love
fucking
Vishal.
guy, dude.
Great dude.
Great shit, man.
Follow Hindu history on I think Twitter, Instagram. Yeah,
All that, dude.
yeah, all that.
All right, let's go.
Oh yeah, this is a great story that came out. I love this so much. Maldives, India beef.
Big,
Big.
big,
Right?
big.
So, a very interesting series of events, right? First of all, Maldives, they just had an election recently where it was based on it was like India Out was the name of their campaign, right?
Well, the one main president guy,
Yeah.
Mizu,
Mizu.
whatever it is. I hate Muslim names that are not Ahmed. It's like, can we just chill?
What is this off-brand bullshit? You
You're
know?
gonna go alt. Meow, what? What?
This sounds made up. Like your like great grandfather, whoever who like converted, They were just like,
I think an autistic guy tried to say Muslim.
yeah.
And was like, and it became their last name forever. So this guy, he's taken on the giant because Maldives has been traditionally either pro-India or pro-China. They've been like going back and forth. And maybe it's been the more nationalization of India where this guy is because Maldives is very Muslim, heavy Muslim.
It's extremely Muslim.
Sunni
They straight
Muslim.
up, it's like you can't be any other religion.
Right,
there.
it's illegal. There'll literally be anything else. So this guy might have taken that and been like, "Fucking fuck you, India."
Yeah.
Stupidest move of all time.
Well, no, so the timeline though is that they just had a campaign, India out. They wanted a less India, dominant Indian presence in their foreign policy and their foreign affairs. Whatever.
Right.
Fine, cool, right? So recently though, Modi posts a picture and a video of himself on a beach in this island called Lakshadweep.
Lakshadweep?
Lakshadweep.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and it's off the west coast of India. Yeah. And all of a sudden, and it's like, oh, we want to promote this for tourism or whatever.
Yes.
And then the Maldivians go fucking nuts, right?
3 dudes specifically.
Yeah, one of them was a chick, total hijab Irani vibes.
Yes.
And just went like out of nowhere. They're like, hey, nobody's going to want to go. You guys can't handle it, man. You don't have the infrastructure. You guys are too smelly and you poop everywhere. It was like typical, like, it's like the kind of white burns on Indians, you know what I mean? You guys shit everywhere and stuff, man. And
it's a bunch of ministers who've been raised on TikTok.
That was the thing. It's like they're all like ministers. They're like official government people who are just like shit posting about this. And it's like, bro, nobody can shitpost better than Indians.
Dude.
Okay, this is 1 billion people who went from paper aerogram letters to DMing at the speed of their boners.
The land of Bobs and Vagine.
Yeah.
And you think...
They did that in 2 years. They have no chill online. Immediately
Dude, it was insane.
Immediately just started flaming the Maldives, boycott Maldives, and which is a lot of their tourism comes from India.
Bro.
Right?
Bro. And it was like 11%. Like literally 1 in 10 tourists are Indian. And this was crazy because Maldives, size-wise, is a pubic hair on the balls that is India.
It is.
Are you kidding me? Like, the India's huge.
It's gigantic.
It is fucking huge. And you're Maldives.
Yes.
Right? And so, like, you got to keep it tight. Like, you are sinking, first of all.
I know.
You're
But
going to die.
the Hindu hatred is so strong, though,
Yeah.
among Muslims, that was enough. You know what I mean?
And it's like, you think you can win in an online battle? With,
First of all, the video that Modi put out, I was like, this is a Hinge profile right here. Okay? It's showing him walking on the beach, sitting in a chair, just looking out, pensive, reflective, out on the ocean. Him and some dudes, like, getting ready to scuba, to, like, snorkel. I'm like, this is a Hinge profile. Like, you will pull many Asians with this profile.
Once
sir.
I saw it, I was like, Sean Connery has 24 hours to respond.
Right.
Okay, well, he's dead. But it was hot.
It was like, I was like, this is... And the Maldivians really, it's usually Indians who jump the gun too quick. The Maldivians were just like, you smelly shit eaters, you're poop people.
Poop guy.
Poop guy. And I'm watching though, and as it's going on, and I find this hilarious, as it's going on, I'm watching, I all of a sudden the Maldives are like, oh, fuck, what did we do? Fuck around and find out.
Right.
And the Maldives president gets on, he's like, well, we really want to maintain good relations, of course, with India. I'm like, bitch, if you have that accent, you are Indian, okay? Prepare to be annexed, okay? If you talk like that, you're Indian. That's it. It's done. You are Maldives, you're done, okay? You curious George-looking motherfucker.
You're going right now. You're like, if it looks like an Indian and
Exactly.
smells like an Indian, motherfucker is fucking Indian.
That is my belief, okay? We need to just start annexing these motherfuckers left and right. Because you know why? The Maldives...
This is what China does for Taiwan, by the way.
It does, probably.
If you look like a Chinese, smell like a Chinese, I think your name is China.
I think that's kind of not legit, right?
No.
Like you speak... The thing about the Maldivians is that... Here's the thing. Well, here's why they're so bitch-assed, is that every time they have some kind of calamity happen to them, their first responders are India.
Sure.
India get fresh
India's always been
water,
different,
medical stuff,
yeah.
whatever. India always rushes in and saves their ass, So,
India also pays for 1/10 of their economy.
1/10 of their economy.
Okay. By being, I guess, smelly losers somewhere.
You can't let some TikTok hijabarati go out there on Twitter and just start shitposting like that.
It is so Spider-Man meme when
Yeah.
they try to attack India. It's like, bro, look, like you shit people,
Yeah.
poopy guys. And it's like Spider-Man pointing it back. Like, hey, listen, what? Dude, it's so crazy too. Like, I love Indians on Twitter sometimes. Because like, not only do they attack back, but they also do this one thing where they vault up hyperbolically the other way. So they'll be like, hey, attack Maldives, but then they'll be like, looking hot, Modi.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So they go so they'll do bobs and vagine, but they do it to build up their minister.
They take bobs from others and then they give bobs to others, right?
They bob it and they give bob it.
I mean that happened because everyone was just like, hey,
Modi.
everybody's like Lakshadweep, which hadn't even started out.
No idea.
You know what I mean? It's like it was just like a very random. Now everyone's like, everybody go to Lakshadweep, and then they're showing all the different tourist destinations in India, which are a lot of them are spectacular.
And these tweets are like, hey, Modi looking tight as hell. Hey, Modi ji, Uncle ji looking with abs. Hot guy.
You can't go after Indians like that and not expect to get just completely obliterated. Like you can't, okay? Like they have zero chill.
They really don't. And I don't know if there's ever going to be an HR department to curb Bob's and Vagine talk, but it's just this beast that's unwinnable.
I feel like Bob's and Vagine is now like an attraction now.
It's part of the
it's become
national culture. It's part of the national identity.
It is. It needs to be integrated into the national
We are all
anthem.
one Bob. We are all one Vagine in India.
Show us your Bobs and your Vagine. It's got to be part of the national anthem.
Jana Bob Vagine. Bring that in. Huh? How about that? Actually, the middle spoke on the Indian flag is a one bob.
It's actually
It's
a
a
butthole.
It's
But yeah,
butthole. Or an areola. What do you want to say?
it's an areola.
A lot of veins. Veiny areola. One bob, one life, one love.
I'm like, does Maldives need to be a country? Nah, I don't know.
Not, I mean, dude, I'm pretty sure Poseidon's one step away, bro. This motherfucker's just...
I mean, it is. I mean, really, the sea levels definitely rose on them when they took on India. You know, it was a flood. It was a tsunami of
Every
Indians.
India at the same time just flushed their toilets.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to play? You want to play the games? The games. I will say this, India, man. India, again, it can be one big behemoth for negativity. It can go negative or positive. I will say I did enjoy seeing Maldives get a little, tappad a little bit.
They need to get a little...
Because you know what it is, bro? They have this weird self-importance because they are beautiful.
Yeah.
And
the island is beautiful,
It's the one
not
hot
the people.
girl. Yeah.
The president looks like Curious George.
Truly. Okay. He looks like he should be doing a khutbahs at the fucking Brooklyn Mosque. But they also have like this thing of like, we told everyone about global warming before everyone else. Yeah. So they have this weird like social thing too. Like, y'all learned about it because of us, bitch. And it's like, you're just a couple of palm trees.
I know.
Like, where is this coming from?
It's pure. It's
and
a
y'all
purely
kill
tourist
Christians.
attraction.
Like, fuck off. Like they
Did they?
They if you say you're a Christian, they just like they throw you in jail.
It's on site.
It's on the on-site article. It's on site, bro. These Sunni fucking Muslims, bro, and it's like such a stringent, not democratic, heavy Muslim place, it blew my mind. It really does blow my mind how Islam even got there, because it makes sense how Christianity came to like England, because it's like you live in shit and cobblestones.
Right.
And so when some guys like, over there is not that. And you're like, oh, I'll believe in this. This is amazing because I poop everywhere here.
Yeah.
But how did someone like some guy sipping coconut juice and you're like, hey, you want that?
Hey, you guys want a bunch of rules?
Yeah.
You're out here living fucking happy
you
and
literally like you're
on
living
this beautiful tropical paradise.
getting your dick sucked with coconut Mai Tais, and they're like, hey, you want to not do this ever again?
Well, it's like the Hijabarati like minister or whatever of tourism or whatever who like it was flaming on Twitter. I was looking at her. I'm like, girl, you're wearing this fucking hijab and shit.
Yeah.
Like you are not the best advocate for beaches anywhere.
I know.
Like nobody looks at you and thinks, ooh, the beach. Right? Maldives, why are you a country? This is being like, oh, the fucking Democratic Republic of Cleveland. Okay? It should not be a thing.
Why is the rectangle around your eyes tanned?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is, bro. It's a lot of talk. A lot of talk. You're just
It's because they're trying to get in bed with China. I'm like, you want to get in bed with China? Go for it. Okay. Welcome to your new life is the new Sri Lanka, where you're going to go through like a horrid economic crisis soon.
I mean, we don't know. We don't know that.
I know.
I came out of nowhere.
I'm getting hardcore nationalistic.
You became an India Twitter.
You know why?
Hey, you want to play the fucking game,
This
huh?
is the problem with being on X.
Yeah, I
is
saw
being
a
on
little bit
Twitter.
of that. That was a little one horn coming out. Hey, you want to play China games? Huh? You want to be yellow fever? He almost had yellow fever a second. One more second, he would have talked. He
Listen,
would have gone.
You know why I can say that? Because I have yellow fever. Okay.
I can make fun of Asians. Some of my best vaginas I've been in have been Asian. Some of the tightest vaginas I've been have been Asian.
As many Asians as I've been in, I am basically Asian.
I'm the Adam and Eve for Asians. So most of my DNA is somewhere. I'm the next Genghis Khan, if you know what I mean. That's hilarious, dude. I'm not saying I love China. I'm not saying both superpowers. It seems like you got to choose one in that region.
Yeah.
Either choose India or choose China. If in the next 20 years,
That is what it is,
Or you
yeah.
choose Russia, which is like a wild card or something, right? But then Russia and India are together, right?
Russia and India are pals.
Pals,
yeah.
and then they're versus China.
But the interesting thing is that like the South Asian Islamic countries around India who all despise India, it's like they get really butthurt because India has very good relations with Saudi Arabia, UAE, all of those countries.
Bangladesh too, yeah.
Right? I'm talking about India right now, motherfucker.
Listen, man, we love y'all.
Right.
Don't worry. What are you doing? We
Well,
love
you kind of do with the Sheikh Hasina, Snake Hasina up in there.
Snake Hasina. No, India. We love India, bro. Come on.
I mean, you did. You should.
I do.
Okay. We midwifed you into existence.
We threw some bullets out there.
You did. You
Y'all
threw some bodies out
y'all
there.
really don't be giving us any credit for our own independence. You're like, you're welcome, little bitch. Yeah, you like that?
Listen, it's true.
Suck my
Against the powers of Pakistan, the United States,
Dude, I mean,
working against
100%.
Bangladeshi independence,
100%.
it was a Chad move for India to pull up,
I mean, we would not have won without y'all, 100%, without a doubt.
or the Russians actually.
Again, it was a bunch of couple of guys in lungis in a bush, and then before that, it was nothing. And then y'all came in, y'all like, the gun goes that way. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I listen. I'm an India lover, dude.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm not really that. I love India, of course. I love being in there. Are we at time, Joe? Meet us on the Patreon for the rest of this.
Come on, down.
Guys,
We can
we'll
see
you over
Pranav's
there.
slow bobification.
It's gonna go hard now.
Pranav-
The bobblehead's gonna come out.
Pranav on Twitter, man.
Motherfucker. See you over there. Your mango big.